Good morning students, I am Govind Vyas from Cambridge Convent School, Bikaner. In our previous lecture, we studied about potential energy, its derivation as per height and one of its numerical. Today we are going to do one more numerical of potential energy, but not because of the height. It has been done. We will do a numerical based on change in shape. Clear? Okay. So firstly we must do its derivation to find out the formula when the potential energy is obtained by an object due to change in shape. But that derivation will be done in the last part of the chapter. Clear? Fine. Right now we will do, I will tell you the formula, what is the formula of potential energy due to change in shape and one of its numerical. It's quite easy. So whenever the potential energy is due to change in shape, its formula is 1 upon 2 kx square. Fine. Okay. Now what is k? K is spring constant. Its value is fixed for every material. Fine. Sometimes it is given, sometimes we have to calculate it, but we do not have to remember because it's mostly given in the question. What is x? X is change in size. How much length has been changed? Like there was an object of 10 centimeter, we applied force and it went to 7 centimeter. And what is the change? 3 centimeter. That 3 centimeter is x. So this is the formula of potential energy due to change in shape. So we are doing it, one of its question from our book. The question is, spring constant of a spring is, it means k is given. What is that? 6 into 10 raised to power 3 Newton per meter. K is 6 into 10 raised to power 3 Newton per meter. Calculate the work done to stretch the spring by 1 centimeter. X is 1 centimeter. We have to calculate work, and I already told you in the previous lecture that we have been told to calculate work, but we know that work is always convertible into energy. So we will convert our energy from this formula and that will be work as well. Fine. Okay. Firstly, this is in Newton per meter, both are SI units, but this is centimeter, not an SI unit. So firstly we will convert this centimeter into meters. Okay. 1 centimeter divided by 100, so that it will be converted into meter, because there are 100 centimeters in 1 meter. We will get 0.01 meters. Fine. Now calculate the potential energy, or we can say work. I will do it here. Formula is potential energy equal 1 upon 2 k. K is 6 into 10 raised to power 3. 6 into 10 raised to power 3, or can I write 1000. What is x? X is 0.01, but there is square of x. So 0.01 square. What now? Do just calculations. This 6 into 1000 into, it is square, so it can be written as 0.01 into 0.01. Point removed 100. Point removed 100. Fine. 3 zeros are cut. Fine. Now we have left 1 upon 2 into 6 into, there is nothing, and below there is 10. Solve this. 2 will be cut by 6, it's 3. 3 upon 10. What is 3 upon 10? 3 upon 10 is 0.3 and it's joule, because it is energy, and same thing is work. So our work done is 0.3 joule. Fine. So these types of question are there when there is a change in shape due to of potential energy. Fine. So use this formula and solve similar more questions. Okay. Now we are going to discuss our next topic, that is power plants. There are some certain types of power plants in our syllabus, like coal power plant, lots of things are there. But before coal power plant, there is something, we will study another topic named electric energy. We will study electrical energy in details, electric energy. Why? Because power plants are used to generate electric energy. So we must be familiar completely about what is electric energy. So before power plant, we will study first electric energy. Fine? Okay. Okay. So what is electric energy? We have already studied about its definition, that energy produced due to electric charges. Energy produced due to electric charges. Definition has already been written in definitions of some types of energies. Electric charges. Energy due to electric charges is known as electric energy. Fine. Okay. Now what is electric charges? What are charges? There are two types of charges we have been studying in previous months, previous years, and right in the previous classes. So there are two types of charges. One is positive charge denoted by plus, and one is negative charge denoted by minus. Positive charge and negative charge. There are two types of charges. Fine. Okay. Both these charges has ability to make an electric field. An electric field. There is a field around them which has ability to apply force. There can be said an invisible field around them. In that field or in that range, these charges can apply force. Like I am standing here, suppose that I am a charge. I am positive or negative, whatever charge. So there will be some region around me up to which I can apply some force. So it is that area up to which this positive charge can apply force, and same thing goes for the negative charge. Fine. Okay. So this is one thing about this. What another? Okay. You must be clear that if there are two similar charges like positive charge and positive charge, if they comes near to each other, similar types of charges always repel. Similar charges always repel. They will try to push them away and away. Fine. And what about opposite charges? Opposite charges, they always attract each other. That means if this is positive, it will go beyond, and same thing for it will go beyond. If there are negative charges, minus and minus, both of them also will go far and far. And what if it is positive and it is negative? They will come near to each other. Opposite charges always attract each other, and similar charges always repel each other. Clear? Fine. The electric charges region is always denoted, or force applied by electric charges is always shown by some arrows. What are those? Suppose this is positive charge and this is negative charge. Both are opposite charges, and we know that opposite charges always attract each other. Fine. So this charge will go always in this direction, and negative charge will attract this. Clear? Negative charges, if there are two charges placed, both are opposite charges, one is positive and one is negative, and if you place them at a certain length and near to each other, what will happen? Both will go to near each other. Fine. So there is a direction of force, we can say. Force is a scalar, vector quantity. It is always denoted by its direction. So we must tell in which direction positive charge apply force, and in which direction negative charge apply force, or in which direction their electric field work. Clear? So it is always shown by the direction of positive charge always. This is positive charge, this is negative charge. Keep this in mind. Positive charge would like to go near the negative charge. Okay, so its arrow is going outward direction. What about negative charge? Direction is always shown because of positive charge. positive will come into it or near it. So negative charge electric field is as well shown by an arrow coming towards the negative. Arrow of positive charge is always going out of it, and arrow of negative charge is always coming inside it. Clear? So if we are said to draw the direction of force applied by a positive charge, it is denoted by this. And if we are said to draw the arrows of direction of force by a negative charge, then it will be like this. And it is just because of the positive charge. Positive charge will go near negative, it is going, so it is shown by outward directions. And negative charge, positive coming towards it, so arrows are shown by coming towards the negative charge. So these are the representation of force applied by positive and negative charge. You must understand one more thing, why the charges have the ability to produce energy, apply force, generate power, etc. Why the charges have that ability? Okay, we have studied charges can apply force, right? How do we get energy by this? I am telling you basically this. So how the charges can give us energy? It is fundamental thing that charges can apply force, whether that is attraction or whether that is repulsion. Suppose I am taking an example, this is negative and this is positive charge. Both of them are trying to attract each other. Fine. Now what have I done? I have just hold this and brought it very far, but it wants to go near the negative charge. I am forcing it towards away, but it wants to go near it. So what kind of energy is this? I am changing its position, right? I am changing its position. And in the previous lecture, we have studied that this type of energy is known as potential energy. If I have brought this away, it wants to go near the negative charge. So it has some ability to work against my muscular power, right? I am applying some force, but it wants to go back to it. It has some ability to apply force on me, right? So basically it possesses a potential energy, or any kind of energy. It is basically potential energy, and we know that we can convert one type of energy into another type of energy. So the potential energy possessed by this charge will later be converted into other type of energy, that will be maybe kinetic or something, chemical or something, but finally we can obtain electrical energy by that. One more time, I have brought it far away, but it wants to go near the negative, so it is now gaining potential energy. As far as I take it, the more potential energy it acquires. So it is getting potential energy, and that potential energy will later be converted to sequences of energy and finally to the electric energy. Where? In the power plants, right? In the power plants we shall get that electrical energy. Okay, so in the next lecture we shall study about types of power plants like coal power plant, nuclear power plant, solar thermal, solar photovoltaic, and many more. Fine. So till then you can study this and like this channel, share and subscribe. Okay, thank you.